Hello everyone. Well, it's been one of those wild days that don't make a lot of sense. And I finally got me something to hold my phone. Makes it easier for me to do this here and drive in my personal vehicle. I don't drive and do this at work. I drive a big truck for work. Man, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to get in trouble. Nor am I going to try to be unsafe, because I have to really pay attention. But anyhow, a couple little thoughts on the day. Something that I heard on from Hollywood again today about the way the police profile people, and that, you know, a statement somebody made on Facebook about, you know, hey, now you see how we feel. Give or take, however they said that. You know, that's got a lot of truth to it. I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, part of my childhood. And I lived in the projects. So I'm not rich. I've never been rich. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. But yeah, the minorities do have issues with that. They really, truly do. Unfortunately, minorities deal with that a lot more than what most people do. One of the statements on there is, well, about time you bikers start having the problems we have. Well, the downside to that is, honest and truthfully, is that, guess what? Us bikers has dealt with that for a long, long time. We've dealt with the profiling as well. Ever since back in the days of Hollister. Unfortunately, that was all brought up, a lot of it was brought up on a staged video for Time and Life magazine, or Time Life magazine is I think what it was called. So, yeah. And, you know, something else that Hollywood talked about is, you know, racism and things like that. You know, I know racist people. I know people that's got issues against somebody because of their skin color, which I think is wrong. We're all humans. We're all people. But, you know, racism isn't just over skin color. I mean, well, racism is, but it's not what I meant by that. To be put down and talked down to is a bad situation. I done a video on here about bullying as well. And, you know, that's part of that. Unfortunately, you got people out here that think they're better than everybody else. You know, cops being some of those people. The way I see it, every man out here puts their pants on just like I do every single morning. So, and a lot of young ladies do now. A lot of ladies wear pants instead of dresses and skirts. Hey, it don't matter. Women, you wear what you want. The only woman that I have an issue with wearing some kind of little risque is my daughter, or my daughters. Yeah, I don't want them wearing short shorts and revealing things, especially one's 19, one's 16, and one's 10. Better not see them wearing that kind of stuff. I might have a thing or three to say about that one. I know that's kind of double standards. Man, that was a good looking scooter that just went by. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. But, you know, as far as racism goes, a man I considered my brother passed away years ago. And he had a darker tan than I do. he was a black man. I loved him like a brother. I still do. And when I say I loved him like my own brother, I don't mean like a brother in the MC world or in the biker world. It's because I loved him like he was one of my own brothers. The man passed away at 43 years old from a heart attack. He was at work. He's buried next to my mom in the cemetery, in the space that I had bought for myself. But anyway, I'll get to my point. I kind of went off to the side there a little bit, didn't I? My point is, the only way we're going to ever stop the racism and the hatefulness, whether it's against gay folks, black folks, folks with that's mentally challenged, folks that has all kinds of different issues, is we all have to stop the hate across the board. Every bit of it. It's never going to stop. It's not going to stop until us, as people, stop it. People can fight for equality, whether it's the ABGLT people, or whether it's bikers, or whether it's Black Lives Matter, whether it's the Juggalos, whether it's Gothic folks, or whether it's just common everyday Joe people. The only way we're going to stop all this problem and all these problems is we all got to stop the hate. You know, I can sit here and say, I hate people running down the road texting on their phone, running out in front of me. I do hate that. Don't mean I hate the person driving. They make mistakes. We're all human. We all make mistakes. And I am using a hands-free device right now, so I'm not holding my phone while I'm driving. I know I'm not looking at the camera a lot, and that's fine. But the only way this world's ever going to change, it don't matter who the president is, which I have no issues with our president, other than I wish he'd quit tweeting so much. You know, but is he human? Yes, he's human. Is he right on everything he says? No. Is he wrong on everything he says? No, I don't believe that either. But for the people out here that really do hate the president, or think they hate the president, hey, you know what? It's what makes America great. It's what makes this country a great place to live. Is you have the right to have that opinion. Don't ever let nobody take that away. Don't ever let nobody take your rights away. I truly believe that our forefathers, and we're going to history, wrote the Constitution for a reason. Freedom of speech, one of those things. I'm not going to go through all of them. States' rights. You have the right for your opinions. You know, you got the right to bear arms. Don't let nobody take that away. Because I'm going to tell you my opinion about the whole, let's take all guns away because of this shooting or that shooting, which is bad, don't get me wrong. It is bad. But the thing is, if you take the weapons away, look what happened to Australia. A lot of bikers know it as Oz. They took all the guns away. Their gun crime actually rose. you're never going to get the guns off the streets. You can take the law-abiding citizens' guns away from them. But when you do, you're going to disarm them. And the criminal is still going to have the weapons. So really all you've done is enabled the criminals to take over and left everybody that tries to obey the law totally disarmed. I mean, what are you going to do? Somebody comes in your house with a gun in their hand, says, give me whatever. You going to pull a sword? Don't think that's going to work too good. Somebody broke in my house with a sword and I got my pistol in my hand. And they go to try to shoot, they go come at me with a sword. Yeah, they're not going to win that battle at all. At all. I think I got a little further reach than that sword. Now, that don't mean that I'm out here just looking for people to shoot. I don't do that. I also deer hunt. I've got long-range weapons. I've got short-range weapons. You know, anything from bow and arrows to crossbows and, you know, all the way down to high-powered weapons. You know, I keep them stored safely. I keep them under lock and key. I keep my ammunition stored separate. But the thing is, another thing I think, is you got people saying, oh, you need to keep these weapons away from kids. They're so dangerous. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. You don't need a gun to kill somebody. It's obvious. How many people have been suffocated, poisoned, strangled, ran over with vehicles? So, you know, it don't matter on that part. You know, here's what, like I said, here's what we got to do to fix this world. And it's not just this country. To fix this world, the hate has to stop. Do I agree with everyone? No. Do I disagree with everyone? No. I have a good friend of mine. Me and him disagree on a lot of things, especially politics. But you know what? That's his beliefs. That's his thought. That's his right to have those thoughts. And I don't disagree with everything he says. But he don't disagree with everything I say. He don't agree. We agree to disagree on a lot of things. But that's okay. Because like I've said 100,000 times, if we were all just alike and we all believed the same thing, this world would be a very, very, very boring place, wouldn't it? I just don't know if I'd like that kind of a world where everybody is a herd of sheep and we got to follow the sheep master. Yeah, I don't think I like that. Don't think we need to follow that shepherd like that. Come on. I put up a video earlier this morning thanking a lot of people, and I do appreciate it. And I do thank my subscribers that I have out there, and I appreciate you subscribing. And that's going to help my channel. That's going to help me keep going and putting things out. And I'm not into it for the money, guys. I'm not. There ain't no money. I don't think there's that much money in this doing this here. I don't think there's any money in doing this, really. All my stuff's going to be free. Never going to set it up to where you have to pay for my content. All thing I'm out here to do, you know, I probably won't even have no merch. A lot of people has merchandise, and that's great. That's great. But I'm just an old country boy from southeast Missouri that has my own opinions on things. That drive a truck, works my butt off every day, and ride motorcycles and enjoy my life. I deer hunt, I fish. But, you know, if I didn't deer hunt and I didn't fish, I'd still be the same person. And I know I'm probably going to get people out there going, oh man, how can you kill them for to finish? defenseless little animals. Well, the only problem is with that, I don't go hunting to kill just to kill. A lot of times I go hunting, and I'll post some videos on here of me hunting. I have deer. If I have deer come in, I'll take a video. A lot of times, if I don't need meat at home, I won't take that animal's life. There's no point. I don't care how many points that buck has on his head. I don't care. I won't do it. Even if I need the meat in the freezer. If a mama, a doe, or 3 or 4 does come, there's 2 or 3 babies with them. I'm not taking none of them. I don't know which one's the mama. Gotta leave them alive. Let them grow. Don't be taking them like that. Because if you take a mama with a baby, and that baby ain't learned what it needs to learn to survive yet, not only did you kill one, you've killed 2. Now I know this video is kind of all over the place. Most of these videos, a lot of times you guys are getting to learn who I am and what I'm about. But remember, I'm just a common person. Common Joe doing me. I don't try to do this to please nobody. I don't try to do this to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak. I do this because something I wanted to do. I've done stuff my entire life. Not because somebody else done it, but because I wanted to do it. I drive a truck because that was one of my dreams. I wrestled independently on I wrestled professionally on the independent circuit for 18 years. I've met a lot of guys. I've met a lot of the big guys. A lot of the famous guys. Okay? They put their pants on just like we do. So, with that all being said, it is what it is. And there's a couple of things on Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube, with me in it. I was quite a bit younger. I looked younger than a lot of them, but the one was almost 10 years ago. My ring name was Bone Crusher. I went by Bone Crusher since the early 90s, and that's what I've done. I wasn't great at it. I done my job. I was a bad guy. I made people mad. So, that's one of the things about it. If I put something out here and I make you mad, I don't mean to. But on the same note, that's my opinions. And if you ever have an idea on something you might want me to talk about or hit on, throw it out here. I don't mind. I'll talk about it. My interviews I've done about the juggalos and the bullying and things like that. The juggalos was my idea, solely. The bullying video was actually partly credited to my daughter, which she's on here on a couple of videos too now, with me. Love that little girl to death, but she's had to deal with bullying too. It doesn't matter her dad's a biker. It doesn't matter she comes from a biking family. People still bully. But I appreciate everyone that's been on here kind of to support me, whether it's through subscribing, through help on learning what I'm supposed to be doing on here, or how to do things on here. And hey, for all you creators out here like Adam Sandoval, keep up that good work, man. It's great. I'm glad somebody's out here fighting for our veterans. I'm not a veteran myself. I've come from a long line of veterans. My older brother was a Vietnam vet. Hollywood, you was hitting on that video yesterday. How them guys were treated. I'd love to go back in time and put my foot square up. Anyway, thought I was going to go there, didn't you? But you all know what I meant. Because the way they treated them guys, them men, when they come home, was wrong. They were sent over there by the government. They didn't go with 90% of them did not go willingly. My big brother went over there as a young man. He volunteered to serve his country, to answer the call to his country. He didn't go over there for fame. He didn't go over there for fortune. He didn't go over there just, to get anything out of it. And then you got the guys that was drafted, that were sent. Then you had people that were draft dodgers. Some of them's been into politics. Not going to mention any names because I don't know for sure. Like I said, in 1968 is when I was born. Vietnam War was already going on. I remember the guys when they were coming home, barely. And my brother is 16 years old. My big brother is 16 years older than me. 18 years older than our little brother. So, anytime you see a veteran, whether it was a Korean vet, Vietnam vet, World War II vet, if there's any left, they're probably getting pretty old now. You go up to them and thank them for it. And if anybody out here that's listening to my video right now that wasn't in the military, don't claim to be. That's disrespectful. I don't claim to be. Never served. I tried to serve. I have asthma. I can't. They wouldn't let me. Told me, nope, absolutely not. Now I'm too old. But if war comes to this land, on our ground, in the United States, I'll stand next to my brothers in arms in this, to defend our country and our home. Just like many other true Americans really will do. Don't have to agree with us. Don't have to agree with the country. Don't have to agree with the president. You don't have to agree with the politicians at all. Ain't nothing about none of them. If we're attacked over here on our soil, on American soil, it's about defending our home. It's about defending our livelihoods. It's about defending our freedoms. And Adam Sandoval, if I ever get a chance to get a time off work long enough to do it, I'm probably going to come to Oklahoma. You ain't that far away. You're probably a 9-hour drive or so from me. And I'll try to bring my big brother so you can see and meet him. And I thank you for all you do. I thank Hollywood, I thank you for all you do. Black Dragon, I thank you for all you're doing as well. Got to get the word out here, guys. Got to. Whether it's the word on the biker scene, whether it's the word on how the profiling goes, whether it's on just the way, the dangers of the internet when it comes to children. I think that scares me worse than anything in the world. And I'm not really afraid of a whole lot. But the internet really does scare me when it comes to kids. But anyway, with all that said, I done been rambling again for about 25 minutes here. So you guys keep it safe. And as always, Keep your knees in the breeze. Have a good one.